You know, there's this piece of advice that you've probably heard a million times. It's supposed to be the secret to success, right? But what if it's actually been holding you back? Today, we're going to take that old saying, tear it apart, and build something way, way more powerful.
Yep, you know the one. Fake it till you make it. It's the go-to line for building confidence, for getting that job, for pretty much everything. Just act the part, they say, and eventually it'll all become real.
But here's the thing. What if that's not just bad advice? What if it's actually the reason so many of us feel stressed out and, well, like frauds? Let's dive into a different approach that has absolutely nothing to do with faking anything.
All right, so let's really get into this. The whole fake it idea, when you think about it, kind of feels like lying, doesn't it? To other people and even worse, to yourself. It creates all this pressure, this constant fear of being found out. It's just exhausting.
So here is the big mind shift. This isn't about pretending you've already got the mansion and the sports car. No. The real hack is to start practicing the identity of the person you want to become. Think about it like this. You're not an actor pretending to be an athlete. You're an athlete in training, doing the drills every single day.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, because it's not just a nice thought. It's a real strategy, and it's built on 3 core pillars that work together to create actual, lasting change, without all that burnout. Okay, so it all starts with step 1, identity. You have to get super clear on the question, who am I becoming? Not someday, but starting right now. Then, that leads directly to step 2, actions. You simply ask, what do people with this identity do? And you start doing those things. And finally, that builds step 3, your self-image. You start to truly believe you deserve good things because guess what? Your actions are proving it to you every single day. And all of this leads to a really simple but powerful formula. It's a sequence that completely flips the script on how most of us were taught to go after our goals. And here it is. This is the whole ballgame. Most of us live by have, do, be. We tell ourselves, when I have the money, then I'll do the things rich people do, and then I will finally be wealthy. See? It's a waiting game. The hack is to reverse it. Be, do, have. You decide to be that person today. You start doing the things they do, and what happens next? You start to have the results they have. It's that simple. Okay, I know what you're thinking. That sounds cool, but what does this actually look like when I wake up tomorrow morning? Perfect. Let's get super practical and break down what this looks like day to day, in the areas of life that matter most. Let's start with wealth. Now notice, the identity isn't I am a millionaire. That's not something you can just decide to be. But this, I am a smart and responsible builder of wealth. You can start being that person right now. It feels totally achievable, doesn't it? So what does a smart wealth builder actually do? Well, maybe during their 10-minute commute, they listen to a business podcast instead of scrolling. They set up an automatic transfer to save even just a tiny bit of their income. They learn to talk about their goals without feeling weird about it. You see, every one of these little actions is like casting a vote for your new identity. All right, how about health? Same principle. The identity is so simple and powerful. I respect and take care of my body. This isn't about fitting into a certain size or hitting a number on the scale. It's an internal state of being. It's about respect. And the actions just flow from there. A person who respects their body starts the day with a glass of water. They go for a walk not as a punishment, but because it feels good to move. Every choice, no matter how small, sends that signal straight to your brain, yep, this is who I am now. Let's move on to wisdom and personal growth. The identity here is, I am constantly growing and learning. This shifts everything. You're no longer just a passive consumer of stuff, you're an active participant in your own evolution. So this person doesn't just read a book, they read for 20 minutes, and then, and this is the important part, they take 2 minutes to jot down one idea that stood out. In conversations, they make a point to listen more than they talk, because they know that's where the real learning happens. And finally, let's talk about our relationships. The identity is just beautiful. I am loving and I build a safe home. This isn't about being some perfect Hallmark card character. It's about practicing the behaviors that create the feeling you want in your home. So what does this person do? They practice taking that one extra breath before reacting in a tense moment. They make it a mission to say one thing they appreciate about their partner or kids every single day. They put their phone down at dinner. These aren't huge, dramatic gestures. They are the small bricks that build a foundation of love. Okay, so you can pick the perfect identity, you can list out all the right actions, but none of it, and I mean none of it, will stick without this one final, crucial ingredient. This is the glue that holds the entire system together. It's this simple phrase,
Consistency beats intensity every single time. It's not about going to the gym for 3 hours once a month. It's about the 10-minute walk you take every single day. That daily practice is what literally rewires your brain and builds your new reality.
And here's the best part. When you look back after a few months of doing these small, consistent things, you'll have an amazing realization. You didn't have to fake a single thing. You were just training for the life you wanted. You built it one tiny action at a time.
So to make this ridiculously easy to start, just use this as a simple guide. At the end of the day, do a quick mental check. Did I do one small thing today for my wealth, for my health, for my wisdom, for my relationships? You don't have to be perfect, but if you can check off a few of these, you're absolutely building momentum. You're winning.
So I'll leave you with this one question. Which identity will you start training for today?